Good morning! It's April the 9th, 2021, and we welcome you to Jake's Bounty! Hey, I'm in the garage. It's Friday, let's get it going. I say nothing but a good time. But a good time. Oh, get better than this. CC, let's go. All right, thank you very much for tuning in to Jake's Bounty. I'm your host, Jake Hernandez. It is a funky Friday. We didn't have funky music to intro it, but we had some fun music. Poison with Don't Need Nothing But a Good Time right there from their 1986 album, Look What the Cat Dragged In, all right? Let's go ahead and also thank the sponsors for today. We've got new t-shirts over here at Joseph S. Stein. I know this one looks faded, but hey, people like the faded look. So this is actually new, and it's only $5.99 at Joseph S. Stein. Go to his website, type in the word faded t-shirts. All right, you can also get the big movie quiz at Jake's Bounty right here. Still $3.50. And you get all those categories, action movie questions, Oscar questions, and comedy classic questions. All right. Also, one more item sponsored by CMP Tumblers. That's right. You can drop these and they won't break. Really good for cold or hot drinks. And CMP, you all know what that means. Clean my pussy, clean my penis products. Nobody else does, right? But you can always just smile and be drinking your coffee and be like, yeah, look what this means. You don't know. Oh, inside joke. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to my bouncy. And since that is outside, I'm going to take you on a little tour and go outside and show you my bounty. Here we go. Don't need nothing but a good time. Na, 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 na. Don't need nothing but a good time. All right, so here we are. Got some beautiful, lovely cans. And I got these all today. Here's the new one that they're promoting for Mountain Dew. Is that Major Melon? Haven't had that. If you guys had it, let me know and tell me in the comments below. I like the commercial you did with John Cena. There's a monster right there. A whipped strawberry, Rockstar Boom. Haven't had that. If you had, let me know. Sounds like it'd be good. Red Bull. Let's see, Viking Nation Water. That's from the Kingsbrook football place. Football team over here. All right, well, let's get back to the show now, all right? And get back to my bounty, why don't we? All right, so I want to go and tell you about some news, but also first an item that I found. Ba-bam! Found another quarter today. It was in the dirt, almost hidden, but I saw something shiny, and I was like, oh, that's a quarter, fucking A. So now I found, let's see, was it like 88 cents on Monday? I think I found like 60 cents the next day, and now a quarter. Ba-bam! Good things. All right, well, let's go to some news, why don't we? We have some world news. We had a shooting in South Carolina yesterday. Former NFL player Philip Adams shot and killed 5 people. A doctor, his wife, and their 2 grandchildren, and as well as a worker outside before taking his own life. Mickey, come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Before taking his own life, the doctor, Robert Leslie, 70 years old, his wife, Barbara, 69, Ada, 9 years old, and Noah, 5 years old. The person that he shot outside, James Lewis, 38, and then Philip Adams was found later, just not too far from where he killed the doctor and his family at. He was found not too far from that where he had shot himself. Okay. Shooting in Bryan, Texas. One person killed and 5 wounded. This took place at a Texas office park at a cabinet making place. This gunman believed to be employee of the cabinet place, which is called Kent Moore Cabinets. 27-year-old Larry Bowman. Unknown motive. Person killed. It was 40-year-old Timothy Smith. Juan Rojas Tovar, a state trooper, was shot, taking the suspect into custody, but he's reported to be okay. Man shot in arm in Fresno County happened 7 a.m. on American Avenue and Hills Valley Road. That's right, on the county line of Fresno and Tulare County. So really up there in the boonies. All right. Man struck by a hit-and-run driver in central Fresno at 1 a.m. Olive and Thorn Avenue. Man sitting on sidewalk was then hit when a car went up on the sidewalk, and the driver took off. If you happen to know any information, please let the Fresno PD know. Fresno high-speed chase ends in crash. 3 injured in the chase. A chase started at Cedar and Gettysburg at 12:40 a.m. 12:45 a.m. The 42-year-old Philip Lujan was, supposed to get pulled over, but he ended up being chased by the cops and reached speeds of over 100 miles per hour and crashed into a gray Honda at Cedar and wait for it, Cedar. And what other avenue is always talked about in my show when it's Fresno? Always something bad happens on this avenue. Can you guess it? Yes, Belmont Avenue. Cedar and Belmont Avenue. He crashed his car. Moderate injuries to the 2 passengers in the gray Honda, and as well as Lujan. We'll let you know on more of that information as it comes. Okay? Also want to let you know, we do have some bad news about DMX. Unfortunately, Dmx passed away today at 50 years old. He had suffered a heart attack after a drug overdose, was it last Friday? So it's very sad news. DMX is actually what we're going to do today rather than the Funky Fridays. We're just going to go ahead and tell you about DMX and his life, and just really interesting life, really struggled through his whole life. Really interesting factual stuff right here. Here we go. All right, rapper actor DMX dies at 50 years old. A week ago, he suffered a heart attack brought on by drug overdose. He was on machines for a week until he was taken off today, unfortunately. DMX Earl Simmons was born in 1970, December 18th, in Mount Vernon, New York. He started in the early 90s, and around 91, 93, he started getting into rap music. He even had one of his songs on the music magazine Source. Source magazine ended up doing a piece on him. I think his track was entitled Born Loser, but I'm not positive. So don't quote me on that, okay? Anyways, he ended up being featured on many tracks by LL Cool J, some Def Jam artists, as well as a Sum 41 appearance in one of their videos. So he was getting some notoriety, and in 1998 he released his first LP entitled It's Dark and Hell is Hot, all right? And it sold 251,000 copies in just the first week. Wow. That album would go on to sell over 5 million copies, and it would debut at #1, okay? This would start a trend that he would constantly do after that. The next album he would release just in the same year, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, also debuted at #1 and also had multi-platinum album sales. His next album was entitled Then There Was X, released in 1999 with the big hit Party Up. First top 10 hit, and the album ended up going 6 million platinum, okay? The next album was entitled excuse me, the longest depression, maybe wait, no, the Great Depression. I can't read my own handwriting. Sorry, the Great Depression. His fourth LP to go to #1, released in 2001. Songs like "Who We Be," "We Right Here." This album only went triple platinum. Not as successful. His next album was entitled "Grand Champ" again, and it debuted at #1 as well in 2003, with songs like "Where the Hood At" and "Get in the Floor." After X said he would, after this album, DMX said he would retire. And then, well, you know how rappers are with retiring. He got signed with Columbia in 2006 and released "A Year of the Dog." Again, he missed the #1 spot, but just by barely a few hundred copies. So, still a successful album. Songs like "Lord Give Me a Sign" and "We in Love." All right. And after another stint in prison, and he released his 7th album entitled "Undisputed," which went to #19. That's right. Mixed reviews were about this album, and his next album entitled "Redemption of the Beast" was on 7 Arts music label, and they recorded the album, but they released it without his authorization. So there was a big legal battle with that, and much controversy. DMX did not want the album to be released, but it was in the end. Okay, and DMX had multiple arrests from the time he was a teenager up until just recently. He was released January 25th, 2019, and that last offense was for tax fraud evasion. He had many other offenses, from carjacking to, animal cruelty, to many other things. But many of those things, hey, he did in his youth when he was wild and crazy, and doesn't excuse it, but, he had a hard life growing up. It was very interesting to know that DMX actually stands for Darkman X, as well as the machine that he used to do his beatboxing and his rappings. I think it was the DMX drum machine. It was back in 1984 when he first got that name. Anyhow, I want to tell you about his other movies that he released or was featured in. He was featured in a '98 movie titled Belly, as well as Romeo Must Die in 2000, Exit Wounds in 2001, Cradle to the Grave in 2003, Never Die Alone in 2004, and the latest movie he did, he teamed up again with Steven Seagal in the movie Beyond the Law in 2019, and he had a whole bunch of movies in there in between. I just didn't want to, keep you guys here for like another half hour, but DMX had a very interesting life. Like I said, I've said that a billion times. You could probably do a shot each time I say it and you'll be drunk right now. But just go ahead and look at his music. He sold over 75 million copies in just a short amount of time that he, did release music. But yeah, check out his stuff, his movie, his music, and all his entertainment. It's a real sad day right now, but I'm going to go ahead and celebrate DMX's career. And right now, I want to go ahead and also let you know about Monday's show. I'm going to cut it short right now because I don't feel we need to do action movie questions and then, the regular stuff. I feel it just needs to kind of like flow into an ending right now. So I'm going to do that. And Monday's show will be about what happened back in this day in music, okay? And we'll also have my bounty, my news, so much music, and we'll have much, much more, okay? So you guys join me. It's Monday. You guys have a good weekend. And let's see what is on the radio right now. All right, ZZ Top. We're going to take you out to ZZ Top. You guys be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Jake's Bounty was filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2021. You can follow him on his Facebook page. You can also follow him on his channel, his website. Give him a like, give him a comment, and as always, hit the subscribe bell, and leave me a like and leave me a comment. You guys have a nice day.